Welcome to Japan Photo Explore, where we travel to and photograph extraordinary places. Today, Ted and I are on the island of Hokkaido, in the surprising city of Muroran. When people talk about Hokkaido's top attractions, Muroran may not get a mention. It has no famous temples, hot springs or cherry blossoms. It's Hokkaido's industrial heart, and for me, that's enough reason to be here. I find the industrial photography of Burnt and Hillebecca inspiring. And the opportunity to do some industrial photography has got me pretty excited. Although with access restrictions, I know this won't be easy. But as Ted and I discover, there's much more to photograph in Muroran than industry. Just about anywhere you are in Muroran, you never forget that you are in an industrial town. Muroran is located on the south coast of Hokkaido, which means it's usually protected from the worst of Hokkaido's winter storms. We wake up to some gorgeous winter weather and head straight down to pick up our hire car. It may not be state-of-the-art, but more importantly, it is four-wheel drive to cope with any snow and ice on the road. Soon we're on the coast road, and although there are some designated scenic overlooks, surprisingly, they're not always the best spots for photographs. With the morning sun hitting the eastern coastline, the plan is to start the day by driving along the coast to find some landscape shots. So we head on up the road to see what else we can find. Of course, you can't just park anywhere on a road this narrow. You have to find some way where you can drive off the road. Yep, looks pretty good. If you stop in places like this, use some common sense. Check the depth of the snow and don't get too close to the edge of the cliff. We knew there was a nice coastline here, but we had no idea it was this spectacular. Of course, just because there's somewhere to park the car doesn't mean that there's a photo opportunity nearby. We press on. Once again, we are lucky to find somewhere to pull over briefly. Just nearby is a great overlook point where we can see the steelworks, the harbour and that fantastic bridge. It helps us get our bearings for shoots later on. But for now, we turn around and head back down the coast. We end up at the Cape Chicu Lighthouse, a very popular and Instagram-worthy location. In return for taking someone's photo, we have an offer to have one taken of Ted and I. How could we refuse? While at the lighthouse, I noticed this really unexpected and magnificent view of the Hokkaido Komagatake volcano across the bay. But we came here to get some grittier photos, so let's go find some. Some might think this is an ordinary streetscape, but I am essentially a street photographer, and somewhere here I know there are hidden gems. We continue on towards the Hakucho Bridge, a gorgeous sinuous structure built in 1998. Straight ahead, another scenic viewpoint awaits us. From here we see something unexpected, what looks like an abandoned housing complex. Muroran is still a major centre of industry. However, like many others, its heyday was decades ago. Muroran's population has dropped to about half of what it was in the 1970s, largely due to cheap steel imports. Next morning we decide to explore Muroran's small fishing port. Not surprisingly, we find some very well-fed cats. But hey, what's this? We didn't expect wildlife this close to the city, and not these magnificent creatures, which I later discover are black-eared kites. As you would expect, the industrial sites are not open to the public. So for industrial photography here, the challenge is to find the best accessible camera viewpoints. Just out of town, we stumble upon this lookout tower. From the top of the tower, there's a nice panoramic view of Muroran, but for a photo, there's too much distraction in the foreground. So we walk further down the highway to find a clearer view. This is better, and the low afternoon light is providing some drama to the scene. Muroran City is aware of the interest in its industrial facilities, and in the warmer months, it's possible to do an evening boat tour of the harbour to photograph the industrial sites lit up. But being here in winter, we have to improvise. The only way to do it is by shooting across the harbour with a long lens. So as the temperature drops, we wait until the light is just right. Ted and I thoroughly enjoyed the relaxed, authentic vibe in Muroran and its tourist-friendly attractions. The food was great and reasonably priced, and we met some interesting locals. And Muroran has surprised us. Although we came here to shoot industrial landscapes, we discovered so many other photographic opportunities. After 2 days, we felt we'd just sampled Muroran's potential and would happily come back. If you have any comments or questions about travelling and photographing in Japan, I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to help our channel grow, click that like button. To be notified of new Japan Photo Explore stories, please subscribe and make sure to click on the bell icon to get upload notifications. See you in the next video.